10,
9, 8,
7,
6,
3,
2,
1.
0.
Welcome to another exciting cast here in Dash League Season 8. I'm everybody's favorite caster and commentator, Notgollum. Of course, you know it's true because I keep saying it every single time. And with me in the booth is Lazarus. Say hi, Laz.
Hey, I'm here in a place and time.
We certainly are in a place and at a time. And after the first map, we will be at a different place at a different time in the future. Time travel. It's crazy how that works.
Exactly.
I do say a different place, not just because we're going to be playing Launchpad and Quarry for today, and so map 2 obviously different from map 1, but HAXX is an EU team, USMC is an American team. We will be playing on 2 different servers, and that ping difference is going to play a significant factor in how each of these maps plays out. HAXX is playing on Amsterdam for the Quarry, but we are playing on New York for the map 1 for the Launchpad. So, Laz, what has your experience been with HAXX in the past? They've had quite the extensive history. They've been around for a while in Dash League, but never quite seemed to reach beyond the, say, Sprinter tier, typically throughout their history. And USMC, meanwhile, comes from a clan of, I've heard, 40 plus people, but this is the top of the top among the USMC players who are playing in Dash League 5v5 for the first time. Just basically, do you have any insight into that? I know I said a ton of words, just threw them all your way.
Yes.
I tend to do that, but...
I mean, HAXX, the EU scene has always been a little bit weaker, but one thing HAXX has is they've been around for a while, so they're very, even though they're going to be playing with a ping disadvantage on this first map, they've been doing that for 3 years. Whereas USMC is probably mostly played on American servers.
That's fair. And we are, of course, going to be in the Walker tier for now. So right now, this is what the schedule is looking like. HAXX will also be set to play Viking. And USMC, meanwhile, has already played against Icon this season. They had a pretty exciting performance earlier on, winning 2-1 against Icon in the control point.
Yes, and they won by a pretty large margin.
Yeah, it was significant. I think Icon might have lost a player or two right towards the end of it, during that last map, but even throughout it, USMC so far has proved their worth playing in this tier. Icon also being a new team may play a factor into that. We've got quite a few new teams this season on the whole. So I'm always excited to see how these new teams do. New combinations of existing players or completely new to the league. And speaking of which,
all of USMC's lineup is new players.
Yeah, every single one. I wanted to say that they were bringing the top dogs of their roster, but then I saw who is in the lobby for USMC, none other than Top Dog themselves, as well as LOL, Wrecked Shark, Alpha Female 88, and Darkstalker. You want to go ahead and read off the HAXX lineup and what you think
and then
about
for
who they
HAXX,
brought?
we got Thomas Shelby, always been great. Dravini, Dreamcatcher, Rocky James, who somehow consistently manages to get all the point totals and be number 1. I don't know if you ever noticed that, Gollum.
Yeah, it's crazy. He racks up score throughout the season.
Never know how he does it. And then for the last player, we got Vanguard, who's always been around. Do you know why the scoreboard says $9.99?
I think it might just be some sort of new default for the scoreboard.
Right.
Since level cap is at $9.99 now, they probably just set the baseline in lobby score to be $9.99. Also, I know why that is. It's because of the new lobby area. Since you don't go to a separate zone, and the scoreboards don't disappear after you leave the map, they stay posted up here until the next map starts. And so in this tab, you'll see the score from the last map until it gets to the
Right.
map 1. But since map 1 hasn't started yet,
Oh, we're just in the Shadow Realm.
yes, we just have the Shadow Realm of
We have all the
999.
points and none of the points.
Exactly, exactly.
But it's nice to see that both teams have 5.
Mm-hmm. Always happy to see that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Increasingly uncommon occurrence.
it seems so. We're getting into the weekend when most of the teams schedule their matches. It's pretty typical to have a ton piled up, as we do this weekend. So be on the lookout if you're watching this live for the remainder of the matches going on later today and tomorrow.
Right. We're just waiting for them to get started.
Pretty much, yeah. They're just going to be having discussion about their strategy, maybe warming up a little bit more. I know USMC was in a pub lobby altogether. It seems like they play together a lot in pubs, and that's kind of how they started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've just seen them around quite a bit. I wonder how many of them are, like, how new they are to the game. I'm probably going to have to do an interview with some of these guys later on, because I'm sure some of them have been around for a while. Maybe we've got some Meep type players who've kind of been in the realm of Hyperdash for a while, but just
They've been
never
pub
joined
warriors.
Dash
They
League.
just don't join Dash League.
Yeah. So curious to see how that's going to turn out. Are there any other players like Meep who've like been playing Hyperdash for a long time but just never joined Dash League until pretty recently? I know there's one other person who comes to mind. I can't think of the name off the top of my head though. Another
Yeah, I
Dash
got no
player.
clue.
Well, regardless,
We will find out.
yeah, be on the lookout. This is going to be a true test of what USMC can bring to the table. I'd say, as far as I can tell, this is near top lineup for HAXX. These are their regulars, especially bringing Rocky James, like you mentioned, who is a top scorer. Even if you discount kills, which or like payload time, if you are getting a top score, you are getting a ton of interactions and doing a ton for your team some way, somehow, and that is always going to be a net benefit, and no matter what way it happens. So that's something I'll be looking out for, is how Rocky James contributes to the success of HAXX and whether USMC can stand up to this relatively veteran team.
Yeah, as they're all sitting in the corner of the lobby room.
Yeah, you can see that in the bottom right side of the screen. That must be how they do their discussions. They don't use the table or nothing.
Nope, just use the room, the space.
One thing that Iconic was another player in Dash League, if you don't know, audience, was pointing out is all the piping and vents. Finally, the robots here have AC. Very important in the days of our heating climate. To
Yeah,
have
wasn't yesterday
HVAC.
like the hottest day of all time or something?
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't been paying that close attention to the weather because luckily I've been nice and cool with my robot air conditioning.
Oh, right.
So this is an HVAC ad if you didn't know.
Looks like HAXX is ready. We're just waiting on USMC
Mm-hmm.
to figure out their life.
And I'm also a big fan of this customization menu that we have here. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
you can delete the lobby and then.
Yeah, you don't have to
Also, you
back
can
out.
buy credits right inside the lobby while you're playing.
Yeah. Weekly challenges as well. I wonder if anybody's going to try any of these today. That would be funny.
Well, I
Pick
think
up
you get them
15
in.
shields.
So you just sit by shield pickup.
I guess, yeah. It's going to refresh tomorrow, so you better be careful. Les, if you had to pick
Yeah.
one of these 4 options, what brings you back to Hyperdash?
It's got to be the customization, dude. There's 3 different robots to pick from. I mean, it's perfect.
Hell yeah. We've got Skullhead, and we've
Yeah.
got the other ones. The other ones don't really matter. Dude, are you a Cyclops helmet fan? Or do you like the default robot? What's your top helmet?
It's got to be the default robot.
You think
Default
the
robot,
default?
then like the flat screen TV.
Yeah, we've got this impeccable glass face here with the reflective. I don't know. This one is kind of my favorite. What Wrecked Shark has on right now. I like
It
that
just
kind
feels
of.
a little busy.
I could see that, but it feels like a fighter pilot cockpit or something with the top access that you have.
I just could never get over the fact that it has like a beard or like a round chin.
That's true. That's true. It does. It does look like it maybe needs to shave a little bit.
Shave or like a very bad underbite. I mean, it's like we're about ready to go.
I think so. I mean, we've got the map. Well, in theory, we have the map picked out. I think they're still deciding a couple things.
We got to negotiate on what the maps are.
Let's just go ahead and switch that up. Change the whole cycle all of a sudden. Maybe they're just figuring out some sort of way that the next map is going to work. Since HAXX is going to be hosting that, we'll be switching over to Amsterdam, of course, for that. We see a thumbs up from Lol, and then the broken wrists. That's how you know they're checking their Discord.
Yes.
And leaving their headset aside.
Are we going to start?
I don't know. I mean, we're at the time, you would think. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Or we could just sit in the lobby and think about starting.
with our broken wrists.
Yeah.
Vanguard, maybe is Vanguard figuring something out? Maybe they're going to grab a coffee or something. Maybe get lunch for the rest of the HAXX crew. They'll come back in a couple minutes. The game will have ended.
Oh well, they picked a map, so we're moving up in the world.
Okay, we like that.
We're playing Launchpad. We figured that out.
They don't have League payload.
Do you have to have League payload on now?
Yes, because if you absolutely dominate a team on payload, there's a potential for a team to open up as a blue and get pre-checked, and then if the opposing team makes it past the checkpoint up to 90% on Launchpad, they get an extra rank point.
Oh, so you need to see how hard you can get styled on.
Yes, exactly.
Understood.
And so it's well, I guess we're not doing League payload today. We'll see how that turns out.
Do they just automatically get bonus points? Honor system?
I guess we'll find out if USMC is going to hold HAXX. If HAXX makes it through the checkpoint naturally, that's not as much of a concern. Especially if HAXX makes it to 90%, then it's no biggie. But it's just
as long as they
potential.
don't make checkpoint, right? You can't get the bonus point.
If
Don't you get 90% and pre-check them?
If HAXX does not make it through checkpoint and USMC makes it to HAXX's point and wins this map, they will lose out on that bonus point because they cannot make it to 90%. They will just get 1 point for a win, not 2. That being said, thus far, a pretty strong opener for HAXX. I think only Lol is left alive among his teammates. Finally getting taken out by Thomas Shelby, and the momentum, turns in favor of HAXX.
I would have liked to see more heavies from USMC on that opener. It's clear that HAXX was able to just kind of deathball the whole opening area, and they got picked off in like 1v4s.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to hold this position that Lol was in. I think that's a great shotgun position because you can rotate into the house, but he seemed to really want to camp that dash, and that ended up being his demise against Thomas Shelby.
Right. I'm liking this sightline here from Shelby's. He'll be able to see their bodies before they see him. The cart is down right now. They're very hard in the main row.
USMC is putting a lot of effort trying to jump past the front line and get flankers behind the cart, like Wrecked Shark, who is just now leaving that front line. And I like the rockets. I like the double rockets they have. How long are they going to live, though?
Oh, immediately gets taken out.
Goodbye, rockets. There we go. Let's get a view of the card in the bottom right side of the screen. Love to see that.
Something I'm also noticing a lot of these players doing is they're actually aiming with their wrists. I don't know if you've been seeing as well.
Yeah. Like the flippy method is what I would know it as. Of aiming with your wrists, and rather than turning your whole body, as long as you can see with your eyes where they are. And as long as your wrists are stable enough, you can make it worth it. But that's tough. You have to have a lot of muscle and finger strength to make that work. Whereas aiming with your whole torso and arm, and kind of having your hands in a gamer position is going to net you much better results. At least in my experience.
We also have the rocket SMGs.
Yeah, you were talking about picking up heavies. USMC picking up heavies for real.
Ooh,
good double kill there.
Double kill.
By the alpha female 88.
Have you ever seen those memes with like that wolf image?
Inside you are two wolves, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, good kill onto
Very good
Dreamcatcher. Whoa! A follow-up onto Shelby. Oh, and Rocky James.
Jay.
Brutal. Stanced up. Takes him out. Good
Ooh.
headshot, too. Oh my goodness. Now looking for that Rocketeer.
Card's still flying right now, so they're trying to get the rockets out. Oh, and there's another HAXX player pushed up in their spawn.
Oh my goodness. Headshot from back there. Follows up on the
5K
cart.
from Rocky James wipes their whole team. The
Good
Dravini
job.
still pushed up in their spawn. And they're making great time coming in with 3 minutes in this checkpoint. Rockets finally get back up.
I do like that Alpha Female isn't overextending themselves too much. That is very important to keep in mind with the Rocketeer, but you have to be reactive to flanks like what we saw from Rocky James and Dreamcatcher there. Or ideally have a teammate in position to call that out. Communication is very important for a Rocketeer to be able to predict their movement and avoid close range engagements like that, which they can't seem to handle very well. Once again, a flank. Takes out the rockets. No follow-up for HAXX, though. Except for another flank. USMC needs to control this tube.
They still have a player behind them right now. But HAXX have been using this to push forward. It's a 6K by Darkstalker.
Wow. I was going to say, what's going on with HAXX right now, but clearly Darkstalker is what's going on. Went on a crazy streak. Now HAXX has the chance to group up. Dravini getting a kill there. Not following up quite at the same time as his teammate. I think this might be a bum push. Yes, that's right. And they do not get any further movement on the cart. I think
There's a flanker.
HAXX needs to organize. USMC is clearly thriving on the chaos and the multiple 1v1 or 2v2 fights in a way that HAXX can't seem to adapt to.
Right. They could also use some heavies, as they get actually double stacked right now.
That's true. Good kill by Darkstalker there. The cart not moving though. Too many USMC players stacked
It's
on.
triple stacked right now. Because they need some heavies if they want to get this checkpoint at all. If they're kind of just walking into dying to Darkstalker. Oh,
Whoa,
Shelby gets
good
two,
triple.
three.
Dravini
And
follows
this
up
allowed
for the
Dravini to
checkpoint. All right. Now Dravini. Full aggro. Is going to miss out on that dash though. But has control outside of triangle. Probably going to rotate back in. Does not get the dash though. That is Alpha Female with the rockets. Whoa, good. Looking out by Top Dog. Prevented that death of a teammate. Now able to push cart from behind, which has been double stacked for a while, it would seem.
Yeah, HAXX seems to be playing very close to cart. They're not really pushing up to triangle a whole lot.
Yeah, and you know, at this very early stage, that's not the worst thing in the world. Typically, you really want to control that triangle for as much of the game as you possibly can post-checkpoint, no matter what color you are.
Right.
Rip Dravini also. Dying on cart there. Probably has sticky rails on.
Yeah, it's hard to turn them off and on. I always forget. I always have my sticky rails off for waterway and on for everything else.
What?
Because I always forget to change it into a map.
I am the exact opposite. I have it on for waterway and off for everything else. Or at least that's the ideal. I typically just have it on for everything, but I find it so useful in waterway with all of those open rails that missing a rail just is not an option.
You just gotta be gamer.
I guess I just
Oh,
got
let me see. Thomas Shelby pushed up and tried double shotties.
Yeah, speaking of gamers,
to get some really good time right now.
good job, Thomas. Oh,
You
Vanguard.
want to communicate when the card is down.
Yeah. At least they turned around to that objective. They realized their mistake. It was a little bit too late to realize it, but they did realize it.
Right.
Double SMGs protecting this cart and using the box as a barricade. Also very good. Looking out there. Staying on the back line. Staying focused. I don't like how many seconds the cart has lost just to a slight miscommunication. I do like how much double stacking HAXX has been doing, though. They've made use of their momentum advantage every single time they've gotten it. That's why they're at 78% with a little under 5 minutes left.
I think it might be a little bit too early to be back in this rocket position, especially since you don't have eyes on cart.
Yeah. I will say that I typically do set up rockets here, but not way back in this bunker. Yeah, you just have to be a little bit closer. Otherwise, unless you have teammates stacking on the cart at this point in the map, which I don't know is always the best plan, it is very hard to hit consistently. Clearly, Alpha Female making it work right now, but I'm expecting HAXX to start pushing that Rocketeer out of position very soon. Like that, Thomas Shelby gets the kill, and that's what happens when you're in the bunker for that long, that early on. You get settled into being in one place, and it's harder to be reactive like you would be if you were a little bit closer to the cart as a Rocketeer.
Right. Well, and even like the rocket just has a travel time. It probably takes what, close to a second, just for the rocket to leave your
From
hands
that
and get
far
to the
away,
cart,
certainly, yeah.
which makes micro pushing very good for the other team. With HAXX actually making really good time coming in as 85%. Though they seem to struggle grouping up, so we'll see how they do towards the last part of this map.
Yeah, this is typically where you expect the cart to get held against two evenly matched teams. So we'll see how long USMC is going to be able to hold here, if at all. So far, the cart double stacked again. No explosives for USMC. Dravini now starting to follow up. Clearly HAXX has adapted to their situation and to the playstyles of USMC, and is on their way to making it around that corner, making it to the 90% mark, and possibly could get 2 rank points on this match if they make it to 90.
Right,
On an American server, no less. Excuse me. This is a bad news for USMC. They really should want to hold HAXX from getting 90% here.
Right. I would like to see USMC push out a bit more. They're leaving about 3 to 4 people in their spawn, as HAXX is getting 3 group ups right now.
Yeah, and we understand why. Like they've been pushed pretty hard. HAXX has been unexpected in how dominant they've been with the consistency of their pushes up until the cart starts to approach the red team spawns pre and post checkpoint. And so the trying to go more defensive to adapt to that is understandable, but it's just not the right move. The best defense in this game, no matter what map, is always a good offense. Rockets, I think, went down.
Ooh, great pick by Rocky James. Oh, Rockets are in their spawn.
Rockets are far back, playing their life for sure.
I'm curious where the Rockets are positioned right now.
Let's see. Oh, they are in spawn. They're not behind spawn doors, so this is legal. but
you can see they're struggling to get the rocket to cart.
And anybody riding cart can see the Rocketeers. The Rocketeer either has to give up their sightline on cart in order to not die to the pistols, or sit here with the very long rocket travel time.
Also, in fact, she was one shot there.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. It kind of shows the newness to the league that they will learn over time. The different Rocketeer positions, to find the balance between being defensive and playing your life as a Rocketeer, which you absolutely need to do, versus playing the objective, clearing the cart at all costs, which is the other thing you need to do, and sometimes those are opposite goals.
Right. And we see HAXX approaching the 90% mark. They're only about 2% away. So about a minute remaining, they could get it.
Yeah, and in the same vein, USMC could hold it. There is potential.
We see a great group up by HAXX there. They got 4 people in triangle.
Huge fight happening in Tri. HAXX winning out there. Plenty of HAXX players alive to start pushing the cart. USMC gets 1. Darkstalker takes out Dravini. The cart is moving.
Still moving though. 89%.
So close. Rocky James might follow up. Good kill there. Gets the 90%.
Oh, wow, they got 90%. Huh.
Yeah. So from this point forward, all HAXX has to do to get 2 points is hold USMC from the checkpoint. That's right.
That was actually a good pre-fire there.
Absolutely. USMC has, oh my gosh, some serious killers on here. They just need that league experience. And that is exactly what they're getting right now. But you can tell that HAXX is the more veteran team.
Right. And taking a look over at the KDs, top scoring for the map, we got Dravini, 45-31. And then on the opposite team, we got Darkstalker, going 43. Yeah, 43-35. I lost my eyes.
Okay, let's take a look at the openers here. You were talking about the lack of heavies for USMC. Meanwhile, we've got Shocks in the Shock Room, Dreamcatcher staying behind, Dravini grabbing shotguns, Vanguard following up on that dash. Lots of presence on this dash here. I think this is a little too much. You don't want to all be in one corner. 3 people on the dash. Oh my goodness.
High commitment level there.
And no USMC people went forward to punish. Now HAXX has completely
All of
lost their
HAXX is
presence.
down.
Wow.
Probably maybe a bit too aggressive of an opener. They all basically bum rush cart and
Yeah, that was HAXX's opener to lose. You're absolutely right.
Right. I would like to see a bit more forward aggression from USMC though. They wiped their whole team and they're not even on spawn yet.
Yeah, they're very defensive focused when they're up against the wall of HAXX, who is able to perform as good as them. Whoa! Good direct hit by Vanguard. Does not survive to get the rocket or get the health. It's a good kill there. USMC so far very consistent on the cart, but Thomas Shelby follows up with the rockets.
Cart is down right now.
We typically expect bottom of the hill at about 4 minutes left in a relatively even match. USMC on track to make it that far, but is losing a little bit of time pretty early on to disruption on the part of HAXX.
Right. They also haven't double stacked at all, which is, it doesn't matter a lot, but when you're going against another competitive team, that extra 10% push could mean the world.
Yeah, it really can. You want to make use of every advantage that you have, and so far HAXX, even though USMC last time when HAXX was pushing, it's sort of getting people in the back line behind cart, HAXX has had slightly more sustained presence anytime they've had somebody in the back line. Good kill on Dreamcatcher there. Oh my gosh, almost taken out by that rocket by, I think that's Thomas Shelby. No, it's Vanguard with the rocket.
Oh, finally gets down to double SMGs. Rocky James is loving these weapon pickups.
Absolutely. Now, HAXX knows you got to control the shield. But the card is moving. It's double stacked right now. A little bit too much disruption out of HAXX. Now it's just Rocky James behind. One player for USMC is on the cart. 2 now around it. You can see in the minimap, Rocky James finally in position to start disrupting, but this is a little bit late.
Cart is still moving though.
Yeah, the rest of his team not able to clear cart right now with Rocky James way in the back line. Darkstalker playing out of his mind. Grabs the health, outplays the rockets. Very good. That is exactly how you want to deal with Rocketeers. Predict when they will jump behind you if they play close, or time out the rocket if it's far away. USMC off to an excellent pace thus far. Very good players following up. There we go. Very good at following up.
Right. Playing very aggressive as well, and they're making him at the same pace as HAXX.
Something like that. 2 minutes, 46 seconds. Darkstalker reading from HAXX's playbook, going through the flank, but Thomas Shelby ready for it. Whoa, and the pistol against Lol takes him out. Good kill on Top Dog as well. That's 3 down. Thomas Shelby on a 5 kill streak thus far. I don't know if he even wants to get that second rocket. You got 2 Rocketeers right now. One of you needs to play a little bit closer to card, a little bit more aggro, I think. You don't want to be in the same place when you have 2 Rocketeers. It seems like that's exactly what's happening. But Top Dog gets the flank at just the right time. Can his teammates follow up onto cart while rockets are down? Yes, they are starting to get movement. HAXX needs to stack the cart more like USMC was doing at this point in the map. 2 minutes left, and USMC is able to get some free rides. Top Dog still alive, going to get checkpoint here because of 1 missed rocket right there by Thomas Shelby, and no red players stacked on cart. USMC. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left for post checkpoint.
Really liking this forward aggression from Darkstalker here, as they're triple stacking on cart right now.
Whoa. 3? No. No way. Okay.
Oh, they're both one shot though. If only there's another player to follow up.
Yeah. Who's going to get
And
that health? Okay, Rocky James. 1 health. You were saying about USMC?
Oh, they're making really good time right now. They're about 30 seconds ahead of where HAXX was.
Yeah. Of the three payloads, I think this is one of the more difficult to get a solid defense for post-checkpoint. Some teams are excellent at doing it, but you can tell that both of these teams are better at offense than they are at defense on this map.
Right, and it's what you'd expect from walker tier teams. Defense can be a little bit harder than just running into the cart until it happens.
True. As long as you stay focused on the objective as offense, it's a lot more straightforward, a lot easier to do it successfully.
Right.
You have to balance a lot more things as a defense. I don't know about all this rail riding though out of HAXX. Like there are faster routes to get through triangle with the same number of dashes, and you're always very exposed when you're riding rail. Like if a Darkstalker pops out behind a corner, you're not going to have time to pop off the rail, and your movement is going to be predictable, so you'll go down. Good kill by Wrecked Shark. Following up on the objective, not going to leave it. That is exactly what he should do. Because of Lol following up, was expecting a little bit of cart movement there, but not quite going to make that work. Thomas Shelby and Vanguard do go down for HAXX, and USMC gets the momentum in their favor once again with 6 minutes left to make it 20 or so %.
Making great time right now, and HAXX is just struggling to even control triangle at this point. The USMC is doing a really good job skipping in triangle, making these HAXX players hold back. And we see a 4K by Darkstalker, or 3K by Darkstalker.
Yeah, he's really making the best use of this ping advantage that they have playing on a US server by getting up in the face of these HAXX players. I feel like it's
still moving.
It's a very Mr. Pump type playstyle. It seems like they correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like they have a very similar gun hold too.
Yeah, they do look very similar.
Mm-hmm.
This card is still moving. 5 minutes coming into this last portion of the map. This HAXX really needs to get some type of defense.
I like this position by Lol, also able to follow up once that next teammate goes down. Does get flanked by Dravini because they gave up the high ground in lieu of trying to follow up on the cart and kill any flankers. Didn't expect to get flanked instead.
On cart with double rockets though. Manages to trade out.
Alpha Female is a player after my own heart. I love rockets on offense or defense.
They're just good weapon pickups.
Yeah. You fire and forget, and usually you'll get something done.
See them trading out. This card's still moving. Interesting playstyle with double SMGs from Rocky James. Playing very like ratty. We finally see a good hold coming out of HAXX here as they have complete lockdown on the triangle and box. Ooh, good crouch by whoever that was. Managed to get a trade out of that. You really need to start seeing some group ups from USMC if they want to be able to beat HAXX on this. Because right now, HAXX is only them.
Yeah, we also need cart stacking out of HAXX. It's just not happening. USMC has been very good on red side about stacking cart, and that is why HAXX only made it to 90%. USMC 86.6 with 3.5 minutes left, rather than punching down to the last second. And I think a big part of that is there aren't HAXX players on the cart stopping the movement just by physically being there. It is a very exposed position. You're guaranteed to die. But your survival is not as important as preventing the cart from moving and relying on your teammates to clear. And now the cart is moving on once again.
I like this rocket position from Dreamcatcher, though he does get taken out by Darkstalker. We go really good moment for cart movement for USMC.
Rocky James trying to set up with the SMGs once again. Wants to prevent those main rail riders from going in. If USMC keeps riding that main rail, maybe HAXX has some whisper of a chance, but the flanks by USMC have been excellent thus far.
And they're getting a lot of micro pushing off of it too. They probably just got like 3 feet from just hopping on the cart and dying.
They also must have either good callouts or good awareness of where their teammates died from. Darkstalker instantly knew where to look for Rocky James. And that is part of why I think he got the kill there. Despite just jumping in and Rocky James being a little bit out of sight at the start of that fight. That was huge.
Moving. Still moving right now.
2 minutes left, less than 1% before USMC takes this map.
It's finally double stacking now. USMC still right in this main rail.
I feel like Rocky James with the SMGs should have been in this position. The one that we saw Alpha Female in as a Rocketeer. This is great SMG spot because you have that cover.
You control these long sight lines.
Mm-hmm.
He does need to intercept this flanker though.
Yeah. Unless the flanker is faking. Oh
nope,
man.
He's for his other bodies. Both teams really love their weapon pickups here.
Mm-hmm. Part of why this works.
I only got a good group up. Do you see how they're actually grouping up there? I would not have expected that.
Yeah, good on them. Oh no, Rocky James should have stayed in that far back position.
0.03% left.
Oh, SMGs do great with long sightlines. Not so when you're close. USMC does win here. Does not get any further along because of no league payload, but that is alright. USMC gets 1 rank point for this map. Let's take a look at the scores here. I think we could just go into the room here. Let's start with USMC.
You want to read it up?
Sure. Darkstalker, 79 kills, 61 deaths, 8,700 score. Doing very well for their team. Top killing and top scoring for their team. But Drevny, excuse me. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. That's a Pokemon, Drevny. 90 kills and 60 deaths. 10,000 score. Top scoring and top killing for the entire lobby. Very well done, Drevny. That being said, we will be moving on to Amsterdam for Quarry. Map 2, so I will see you all there. Hold on just a moment.
Yeah. Cool. We are back now.
Cool.
Oh, graphics.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there we go. I think we're good. We're in business. We're happy. I think I'm also on the wrong drone. There we go. Let's get this up. So Quarry.
What do you think of Quarry?
This is going to be an interesting one. How do you think this Quarry is going to go based on last map's performance?
I think HAXX will take it probably 3-1. HAXX has, it seems like they have slightly better killers, but a little bit less coordination. And coordination matters less in the Dom, and they also have the server advantage with us being on Amsterdam.
That is a very reasonable take.
And also, the mutators will finally be right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't have League payload on a Domination anymore. I always thought that was fun to put on back in the day. Back in the early days of League payload, but...
Just to see how big of a list of mutators you get in one map.
Yeah. Just put all the useless mutators on there that don't affect anything.
Right. Still waiting for some USMC players to come in.
Yeah, so far, looks like HAXX is going to go with the same roster. USMC, that is to be determined. But we shall see. Top Dog, Darkstalker, and LOL thus far. I would not be surprised if they ended up with the same roster they had last map today.
Unless they have some EU players they want to bring out for this Amsterdam.
Unless, maybe they do. I haven't downloaded the roster into my brain just yet, so that remains to be seen.
Right. Still waiting for them to get their players.
I am curious if USMC is going to go with any of the traditional strategies for this map, like the 3-2 split is the classic, having 2 go B, 2 tunnel, 1 floater who typically goes B, or if they're going to pull some new stuff and try and make it work, since they are a newer team. That often tends to happen.
Yes, especially in the Walker tier, you tend to see a lot more interesting and varied strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Where in Sprinter and even Dasher, they tend to be mainly set out strats, and you just try and follow them the best you can.
Yeah. Of the places, of the 3 tiers to look for new strats, Walker is the place because the skill level average is obviously lower than Sprinter or Dasher, and so there's a lot more options for what you can do strategically, because you're not going to get one-shot headshot by a charged pistol from across the map like you might in a Dasher tier match.
Right.
So you don't have to develop your strategies around that happening necessarily. Players like Darkstalker, though, looking incredibly strong for USMC. So maybe they're going to send him quickly through tunnel. He looked like he was a pretty fast Dasher.
Well, we'll find out. But yeah, I honestly would be surprised if HAXX did like leave somebody in base with double shocks or something for Quarry.
Yeah, and HAXX is almost absolutely going to take the SMGs from the tunnel and make use of those.
100%.
Rocky
They have a
James.
line.
I think Drevny might have been using those SMGs as well, but definitely some Rocky James action in there. And I think the SMGs in tunnel are kind of underrated in all 3 tiers, to be honest. You can make it work. You just have to be good enough.
They're right next to each other, so you get like SMG dash SMG, and you have double SMGs.
And that is always the limiting factor for the pickups. Once you get 2 of them, you don't have to do that weird split brain stuff where your left hand and your right hand play completely differently. That is,
and without a high level, you need to double bind as well.
Yes. Yeah. So with rocketeering, I think that's the one exception where it's still difficult even for me to play with 1 pistol, 1 rocket, but you can do it. You can secure a 1-shot kill with 1 rocket if you hit it right.
Right.
Or at least
pistol
deal
to get
damage.
that shot.
Yeah. And then just switch to your pistol if somebody gets up in your face and is pushing you, but even then, still difficult.
Right. We're still waiting for this. It looks like everybody's in, or is USMC?
No. I think we need one more USMC player. Yeah, we've got Top Dog, Darkstalker, Wrecked Shark, and Lol. We will see when that 5th player joins. Maybe they need to recharge their headset or something like that. They do have time in between lobbies to do that. Okay. Well, speaking of in between lobbies, this is the perfect time to remind you all to like, comment, and subscribe if you are enjoying the channel, if you're enjoying the stream, and if you enjoy this game and this league that we all know and love so much. It helps spread awareness. It helps with the algorithm trying to spread awareness for this game, and we know we want as many people to enjoy it as much as we have as possible.
Hey, I think USMC got their 5th. Yeah, they were missing Alpha
Yeah,
female.
there we go. Alpha Female 88.
You can see all of the USMC players spouting the yellow ping badge of honor.
That's right. That's how you know we're in EU. Sides have switched, certainly.
Right, and HAXX also has the color advantage for Quarry.
That's true, yeah. So let's explain that. For those of you who are completely new to the game, we just saw the payload. Hopefully you figured out how that worked through our commentary. With Domination, it is a entirely different ballgame. It is not about consistency. It is about 3 key moments that bring you victory. There are 3 buttons, 1 close to your base, 1 close to your opponent's base, and 1 in the middle. Hit a button to change it to your color. If you control all 3 buttons for 5 seconds, you get a point. First to 3 points wins. You have 25 minutes to do this. That is all. You need 3 buttons 3 times and you win. So momentum can change back and forth over and over. As long as you never get scored on, you're good. There's no micro pushing a button. And so, because of that huge difference in objective, the playstyles change. It's a lot more kill focused. There's obviously coordination involved, especially on Quarry, because of the way that the map is designed with 2 split avenues to get towards your opponent's base. But players who are much more individually skilled but not quite as team coordinated can excel much more on a domination than on a payload. So remains to be seen how that is going to manifest in this next map, but that is something to keep in mind.
Hey, this looks like we're about ready to get started.
Should do. Teams just having their discussions. I think HAXX is rearing to go, but USMC maybe needs to gather themselves just a little bit. Not unexpected for a new team to want to spend some time during lobby to get their strategy together and make sure they're all on the same page about who's going where and what's happening.
For sure. It's like they're all sitting around talking, actually using the table.
Yeah, not sitting back in the corners like those HAXX players were. I'm a big fan of all the weapon pickups being in the spawn, though. Let me just say. Back in my day, all we had was a pistol pickup to practice. Now we can use rockets. We can get used to the ping, too. That is a huge thing. If you use any heavy pickups with travel time, like the rockets and the shocks, is getting used to the ping difference of when the bullet actually leaves your weapon and how long it takes to travel. What is going on here? This feels like a private moment that we're looking in on. This is their ritual. This is how they get victories and get their heads in the game.
It's very important to point at people.
And this is the HAXX ritual.
Spazzing out on the scoreboard.
On top of the scoreboard, yeah. Okay, I think USMC is ready to go. Let me make sure they know that the caster is ready as well. Wonder what he's gesticulating towards. Wonder what they have to talk about. That's one thing about Dasher matches. A big difference in the casting is they typically have their strategy figured out. They all know what they're going to do. Even if they don't have a strategy, they've all played this game enough to know who should be doing what. And outside of technical issues, like trying to get your headset on right or charging it, the match just starts right away. No discussion needed. Just a thumbs up. Good to go? Okay, let's go. There's a lot more variety here.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
We'll take a look at this opener by Drevny. Excuse me.
Opts not to go for the dash.
Is going to instead camp it out and try and let Rocky James take it. Rocky James taken out. Top Dog with control of the tunnel area. Thought they needed health, but I guess they didn't get hit once. Use a few too many dashes. I think you could have done that in one dash to hit that button. HAXX loses their own base. Countdown for USMC. Very dominant opener thus far. Can HAXX adapt to the pressure?
Right, and you see that USMC is just playing a lot more together. They're leaving in teams, like groups. And even though Dreamcatcher is getting this, he got one as he has to walk into this 1v2 now.
Yeah, and I don't like that rail riding also. You don't want to get caught on rails. Thomas Shelby, as you saw, he might have hopped onto the rail just normally, but he didn't get caught riding it like his opponent. And that is why he won that fight.
Ooh, good crouch. Still gets taken out the one shot.
Sniper shotgun.
You can kind of treat the sniper like a shotgun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A long-range single-bullet shotgun. It certainly does the damage for it.
Right.
Oh my goodness, Thomas Shelby. Countdown for HAXX. Near team wipe for US. Good counter by LOL. Nobody seemed to be holding the button in the USMC base. HAXX does not get that first point.
Ooh. Thomas Shelby currently on a 7K.
Thomas Shelby also seemingly allergic to dash pickups. Just left that for USMC player to take. Stayed focused on the button instead. Still on a crazy kill streak.
Finally gets to dash. Is he gonna go for the double shotgun?
No, I think he's.
Like the pickup.
I think he's gonna stick with the sniper there.
Blue takes
What?
B.
Why is he playing so low to the ground?
I think he just was crouching button holding.
I guess. I mean, it looks like it worked. They survived that fight. USMC tearing through the B button. HAXX is on the back foot. Drevny trying to convert the momentum back into his team's favor. Just wrecked Shark left alive outside of the HAXX base. Thomas Shelby.
I do not like that wrist aiming. Feels like it.
Yeah. You can't, unless you have hundreds of hours of practice. Countdown for HAXX, by the way. Okay. Another countdown for HAXX, but lots of USMC left alive. I'd be surprised if this turned into a point, because it was just Drevny left alive in the USMC base. But like I was saying, outside of tons and tons of time put into practicing shooting with your wrist, you are just not going to follow and track as well as you think you are.
Right. You got to know the rules to break the rules.
Yeah. The rules of bodily physics in this case.
It's a pretty, like, I don't know, thing that nobody's ever done before, where you where you have to aim two separate weapons without reticles.
Yeah, without reticles and without any sort of kickback either.
Right. So it's a very unique skill set to learn, and you really want to make it as simple as possible while you're trying to learn it.
Yeah. So aim with your hips, aim with your torso. Turn your whole body if you need to keep that stabilization and that accuracy. Good position by Lol there. So far, I'd have to say Lol is being the MVP for USMC on this map too. Very smart positioning thus far. A very fortunate counter as well, saving their team from trying to play for a tie.
Oh, countdown for USMC. I wonder why they're doing this leave low and B thing.
There's
Very...
Yeah. There's been a lot of protectiveness over the B button from both teams. They seem to be dedicating at least one player, if not more, to just staying on B and then relying on tunnel to secure the button. But like we've said, or I've said time and time again, the best defense typically in this game is a good offense. And you can hold B from out front. You're guaranteed to see people. Countdown for HAXX as well. Okay.
Ooh.
Another countdown for HAXX. 3 USMC left alive. Does get the counter there.
I would say that HAXX has the advantage, whereas USMC is playing a little bit too passively.
It seems like it, yeah. And so remains to be seen whether in the next 20 minutes USMC is going to learn from that and make a change, or if HAXX is just inevitably going to adapt to the situation and end up getting the first point.
Good pick by Lol with Dreamcatcher on the follow-up.
Ooh.
Ooh. Great charge headshot accuracy.
Caught the dreams of that USMC player unawares. And this is what I was talking about. This is the best defense is a good offense. You can hold B from outside here, and typically your opponents will not have the health or dash to stop you.
Ooh.
Lol seeming to have the health and the dash to stop them, though. Well played there. Oh, Thomas!
Ooh, shoots him in the back.
Good position there. HAXX just struggling to get USMC's button and hold it for long enough. Very able and capable of holding the B button, though, it would seem, with the likes of Thomas Shelby.
From Thomas Shelby. 5K for
6K.
Thomas Shelby.
Double shotgun.
I would like to see him use that wipe opportunity to push up.
Yeah, at this point, if you're going to hold B like this, just have Thomas Shelby on B and have the rest of your 4 teammates going through the tunnel.
Right, because that really doesn't matter because all 4 of them are on their base and they're not going to get a countdown anytime soon.
Yeah. Big fight on B about to happen. Alpha Female is the first victim. Darkstalker takes out Rocky James, as we can see on the scoreboard. Good headshot by Lol. Now converts the button on B towards blue with 2 teammates left alive on B with him.
Trying to find some health.
Grabs that health. Good headshot on Vanguard
great
as well.
headshot.
Thomas Shelby putting an end to that streak and starting a streak of his own once again. no longer allergic to pickups. He has been inoculated. Countdown for HAXX. 3 players for USMC were alive.
This game is really stalled out. So there's currently 4 USMC players inside their base.
I think you're right. I think HAXX does have the advantage here. USMC has just not gotten that many countdowns. But in some previous matches, just throughout the seasons, the team that gets the countdowns less often may end up getting an unexpected countdown that their opponents are not ready to adapt to, and end up getting the point first because of that unexpected change in momentum, because the reason they're not getting countdowns is because they just haven't found the right time to push the opponent's base, whereas HAXX is flooding in, hitting buttons over and over, but just doesn't have that wall of defending aggression that they need to guarantee that nobody is behind, that nobody is on B or at their own base able to counter where nobody on HAXX is holding. That's what's been shooting themselves in the foot here.
Right, especially when this game will most likely go to time.
Absolutely. Good kill by Thomas.
Being a little bit dash inefficient there.
Yeah, and probably either should have waited longer or gone out sooner, because they wanted to get that dash, but then they didn't have another dash to actually pick it up. Now there's a lot of USMC players alive on this B. They can convert this into some aggro. Darkstalker needs to move forward, take that dash, grabs it.
Oh, but they lost their own base.
As if Darkstalker can live long enough, no. I was going to say, if he could live long enough, then the respawning USMC players can maybe get their own base back and get a countdown, but not so.
Right, we see Thomas Shelby going back to the double shotties. A little bit too far away to make a difference. And he just let them tip him.
If only he had a sniper.
Right, it all makes sense now.
Hyper focused on holding this B. A little bit of micro dashing, crosses out Lol, and takes out Lol, who had no dashes to speak of. Hits the button? What? Darkstalker takes him out. If this turns into a point, I swear.
You can never be too sure.
Okay.
Even if it's already your own color. I mean, you gotta double check that shit.
Yeah, maybe it's a sneaky button playing for the other team. Another countdown for USMC. Something seems to have been figured out momentum-wise. Top dog,
my God.
good mid-dash kill. Goes for the dash. That's absolutely what he should do. Now go hold the button. There's so many HAXX players left alive.
Ooh, double kill.
He's on a 5-kill streak there, but nobody was holding button. Another counter for HAXX.
Some more forward pressure from USMC here.
Yeah, HAXX loses the momentum. That's it for this push.
Okay, and it's looking like they're going to send 4 people B. Picking up another full of SMGs. See, the game is really stalling out now. Shelby tries to find a way to get a good pick on.
Now he's got the sniper. Sniper shotgun.
Okay.
I think this is the loadout he should just stick with. If he's going to be on B all game, or almost all game, having that sniper shotgun combo gives him the option to shoot like this. I don't think double shotguns would have quite taken out that dash grabber for UNSC like the shotgun sniper did.
Right. Well, he's actually managing to hit the sniper shots, which sniper's probably the hardest gun to aim with in the game.
Yeah. There's
Just
no
one
travel
bullet.
time, no adapting to the multiple bullets like you can for SMG or for pistol even. You just click and hope it happens. It's instant.
Okay, interesting routing by Top Dog.
I like the sneakiness though. No, what? What was that dash for? Oh man.
I think that might have just been a panic dash because he heard a dash sound.
Maybe. You do have to change how you play quite a bit when you're playing at a higher ping, like USMC is right now.
Alright, we're about to reach the halfway point. USMC got pretty close to having a point, but other than that, it's been a bit of a stalemate.
Yeah. HAXX has had some decent countdowns and had the one where it was just LOL left alive but didn't have that presence in USMC's base. They needed to secure that point.
Ooh.
Good play there. Oh, Rocky James. taking him out. I think he played a little bit too open. This is part of adapting to that higher ping that a lot of EU players typically have to do and may even be used to at this point. You just have to play a little bit more either quick or defensive around corners. You can't be sitting out in the open because you can't react fast enough. Countdown for HAXX. Rocky James needs to go to the button to help his teammate. Or not. Darkstalker was left alive at the HAXX base, but Dreamcatcher managing to hold on and prevent that counter. First point goes to HAXX.
Match starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Red takes A.
Both teams grabbing their button at the start.
Red takes B.
That is important to note. Some teams honestly forget to do that and miss out on a point because of it.
Right. You tend to see that more on Waterway because you kind of have to go by the button.
Yeah.
Blue takes B.
Lol grabbing dash. Instantly goes out. Exactly what you should be doing. I like this high ground position too. But he gets flanked by Dreamcatcher, who came out of nowhere. Freddy Krueger over here. Good kill there. Top Dog with control of B, moving out front. No dashes. Continuing to move forward with no cover. And gets punished by Dreamcatcher for it.
Red takes C.
Interesting sightline position.
Red team.
Countdown for HAXX.
Counter.
With plenty of USMC players left alive, not going to be a point just yet. But Gervini is on the lookout for an opportunity to get that second SMG. I can smell it. I just know it. He backs up for it instead of moving forward. Drevny, you can see in the bottom right, is moving forward. Dreamcatcher going for the defensive play on B while his teammates push in.
Looks like USMC is now leaving a player inside their own base to camp it.
And USMC also had two players, you can see on the minimap, through tunnel, going into HAXX's base. Dreamcatcher moving forward. Countdown for HAXX.
Only two
But
players up.
USMC wins the fight at HAXX's base. Good play by Darkstalker there. Saved his team.
Blue takes C. Red team.
Countdown for HAXX once again,
Countered.
but nobody alive for HAXX to hold that button. USMC prevents another score.
You can see way more forward aggression out of USMC here. Should be down 0-1.
Tons of USMC on B, it looks like.
B.
No wonder they have the button so far. Good flank there by Lol. Two USMC left alive. They need to make use of this time to move forward. There is no forward presence by HAXX. They are all stalled up in their base. And right now you are just waiting for them to run into you, which may not work as well as you would like. Lol knows somebody from HAXX is alive somewhere.
2. Countered.
Good counter there. You can see the frustration by Lol, who moves forward into HAXX's base, trying to help out his team with the aggression, but it might be a little, too late. There's plenty of HAXX players left alive at this point. They lost the opportunity to get that point. That is why you need to play so aggressively on this map, so you're all together and you can hopefully win that team fight. Worst case, you lose the team fight, but if you've played it right, all of your opponents are in front of you and they won't have a chance to get a counter countdown, rather, and turn a potential point for you into a potential point for them right away.
Right. See some good aggression by HAXX here. They managed to get two and a countdown. But as USMC is all stuck in their own base still. Not enough forward pressure to really get anything going.
8 minutes and 55 seconds left. So far, looking like a 1-0 game going towards a double control point. Unless USMC can change something up and tie this game. HAXX, while they will try to keep getting a point, all they really have to do is play defensively enough to not get scored on, and they will win this map.
Blue takes B.
So only 8 minutes remaining. They do not have a lot of time to get this point. You see Alpha Female still, they ping back just way too much to get any forward aggression on these kind of maps.
takes C.
He's very spread out right now. Oh yeah, taking a look at the KDs. Got Darkstalker top scoring for the map going 58-35, and then we got Shelby going 53-29. Both racking up tons of kills compared to the rest of their teammates.
Blue takes B.
Ooh, that was a good crouch by Vanguard. See Top Dog getting both the health and the dash, moving forward to try and get a countdown for his team, and just steal the dash, skip them. Great skip, but there are currently 5 HAXX players.
Whoa. Oh.
2 of them. Only 2 players up.
Oh, but they get the counter they need and the respawns to get the momentum back in their favor. That was close, though. Near opportunity for USMC. They just needed 2 more kills to get that point.
Another countdown by USMC. They were still keeping up with the pressure, even though they got all wiped.
Good kill by Drevny there.
Currently on a 5K.
Red takes A.
Gets skipped. Is going to have to deal with the player he just killed.
Red
But
takes
gets that
A.
dash. Looking for that kill before getting the point.
Red takes
Good
C.
dash by son.
6 kill streak for Drevny. Ran's out of dashes though, and Rex Shark gets the kill there.
Red takes
Clearing their base. Almost. There we go. Clearing their base.
Ooh. 2 USMC players will find 2 kills. But HAXX is still in control of B, unable to make a countdown out of this.
Blue takes B. Red takes B. Blue takes B. Blue team score.
Another countdown for USMC. They've gotten many more countdowns than HAXX has. Only Drevny left alive. Can he get the counter? Yes, he can.
You need to be button holding if you have any chance to get a point.
There was a lull moment with the counter for Drevny. Very well done. And very fortunate that there were no USMC players seemingly holding that button like they needed to.
And that's going to completely kill USMC's push as you see 3 players in vain trying to hit this button, but they're walking in the 2v5s. Ooh, Darkstalker though with the double SMGs.
Potential for this to turn into something. If Darkstalker can just get enough consecutive kills for his team to follow up. He tells Top Dog to move in, but Dreamcatcher is locked in, knows who the priority target is, takes out Darkstalker, rushes through the tunnel, is going to have to deal with Darkstalker. Depending on the route they choose, might be about to be flanked. Oh, almost gets the drop on Darkstalker, now just has to win a 1v2 here in the base of USMC, hiding behind this corner.
Blue takes B.
Well, no object permanence. USMC seems to have forgotten that Dreamcatcher is still alive in their base. 1 kill on Alpha Female. Now, waiting for that dash, is going to convert. Oh no, he misses out on the dash. He's dead to rights. He's gotta be. What?
No, he's not.
What? 1 health remaining. Dreamcatcher still alive now with a teammate. HAXX just
I love that
needs
he's
B.
just constantly letting his friends die.
3 HAXX players left alive. They just need B. But USMC has 2 players on B right now. Looks...
Only 5 minutes remaining. USMC needs to make something happen.
Red takes B.
Good kill on Dreamcatcher there by Darkstalker, who's going to try and go through the tunnel. Once again, seems to be his typical rollout here. Gets a kill on Drevny mid-dash. Unreactive there, just
Blue takes
killer
B.
instinct.
Sending 4 people tunnel by HAXX.
Wow. And they still have B, despite how many tunnel pushers there are.
Thomas Shelby just seems to be a one-man army on B.
Yeah, no kidding. No wonder they're having him stay on B all game. He's tearing things up. LOL ends his streak, but HAXX still has control of B.
Blue takes B.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nasty headshot.
Darkstalker going for that dash there.
Red takes B.
And the double SMGs. Grabs it. Waiting for a teammate to follow up. Playing surprisingly reactive for somebody who's theoretically on a ping disadvantage here. And yet it's working out for him.
What
Well,
is this fight that's happening?
I thought it was working out for him. They get taken out here.
I don't like rockets on Quarry. What do you think about him?
I love it, but that's only because I've spent a ton of time getting good at rockets. And I don't play with rockets on Quarry the whole game. I play it selectively to catch people off guard as soon as you're ready for a potential Rocketeer on B or in tunnel. Like mentally prepared for that to possibly happen, you are going to have a much worse time than if somebody comes to a pistol fight and gets exploded by a rocket from around the corner. So you have to be selective. You can't use it all the time like you can for SMGs or shotguns pickups on this map.
Currently, only 2 minutes remaining. USMC needs to make something happen.
Darkstalker, well aware of that. HAXX, heavy presence on B, is going down one by one. Dreamcatcher still alive. That is number 4 on the lower left in the minimap, but Darkstalker's just waiting for the opportunity. I thought that was the time, but they seem to know that USMC did not have control of B. Decides that now is the time to hide in a corner. No particle effects left because of that early dash. 1 kill on Rocky James. Now is the time to activate, says Darkstalker. Countdown for USMC with 3 HAXX players left alive. Countering on B. Darkstalker now needs to win this 1v1. Takes out Rocky James. Takes out Vanguard as well. Still with control of the button. USMC needs to rush onto B in the last minute and 54 seconds. 4 HAXX players left alive. Good double kill. But no triple. HAXX wins their base back. That was a good play, but just not quite followed up like it needed to be by the rest of USMC.
Good skipping by Vanguard here.
Gets flanked by LOL, but still HAXX with control of their own base. Plenty of players respawning. HAXX is in a comfortable position. Just needs to keep USMC split in their focus as we approach the 1 minute remaining mark.
Ooh,
Countdown for HAXX. Whoa. Another countdown for HAXX. Good counter there by Darkstalker and Dreamcatcher. Playing for time around the B button. Playing it like a control point. Oh! Both these guys deciding to stop fighting over and over. Only Thomas Shelby left alive. Oh my gosh! USMC gets a point.
We'll be probably seeing a sudden death.
We'll absolutely see a sudden death unless one team or another has an insane opener here. 35 seconds left to score a point. Will there be an insane opener? Hopefully these teams are talking about or already have prepared for their overtime strategy. If not, whichever team is the most ready is going to get a score. Countdown for HAXX. Only 3 USMC left alive. This is not going to turn into a point, though.
He's got to hit this button. They could get a countdown. Oh, that's a USMC player. Right. We're for sure going to be seeing a sudden death.
All right. There we go. Timeout.
The teams did their homework and will know what they're doing for this.
All right. Here we go. Thomas
Hopefully,
Shelby.
we don't see any people going tunnel.
Yeah, that's right. If any players hit their own button, okay, there is no own button, so you can't get too confused. HAXX starts the countdown early. LOL tried to go for the counter. No players have died for either.
Right now.
Four USMC go down to Rockets. This is when Rockets are absolutely phenomenal, when you don't expect
that as
it.
a clip. That was
Oh
insane.
man, if I had a way to do that mid-match, I'd be doing it right now. That was incredible. 1 player for USMC dies, 3 dive into button right as the rocket hits. Excellent, excellent play. Good use of
We're going to be
rockets
heading
there.
off to a control point.
A double control
Very
point, no
interesting.
less.
Dravini getting over 20,000 points on Quarry.
And also top killing for HAXX is Thomas Shelby, 70 kills, 44 deaths. Meanwhile, Darkstalker top killing for the whole lobby, 88 kills, 49 deaths, 1,600 score there. Very well done.
So we'll be doing a double control point, starting off on Amsterdam.
That's right.
What are you thinking for this control point?
Man, I don't know. I mean, clearly server advantage is playing some factor here, and USMC is much better with, or initially seemed to be much better at sustaining momentum and stopping any momentum that HAXX might set up. But HAXX was steadily after the first 5 minutes of that quarry, the team with the advantage. They had one moment where they lost it, and USMC got that point right at the end in a desperate last-minute play. But they held it together. They are more organized, seemingly at least. And so, I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I think HAXX is warmed up. I think HAXX is going to take this control point, but it's a close thing.
Oh, for sure it will be close.
Let's start a poll here. Who the audience think is going to take this double control point? And for those who aren't aware, double control point just means you will play the control point map twice. When you hit the button that's in the center of this very small map, the color will change to yours, and a count up will start. First to 300 seconds of control will win the map. However, with double control point, because of ping differences, you will play this map twice. Once on one team's home server, Amsterdam in this case for HAXX, once on another team's home server, New York for USMC. Whoever gets the most total points between the two maps actually wins, not just the control point, the double control point, but the whole match. So we shall see how this turns out.
Right. So we're just waiting for this map to get started. If I'm USMC, I'd be kicking myself right now over how that sudden death went.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was
they all
close
dashed
thing.
onto the button. They were probably just a little bit too slow. Seems like they
Yeah.
got to the button a bit late.
That's why you have to have the coordination. You have to talk about this ahead of time because something surprising can happen like that. Even if HAXX didn't have a rocket, if 3 USMC players dashed a button, but only one gets another dash from actually hitting it, then your other teammates are sitting ducks to pistols or anything else. So that's still not a good position, even outside of a very well-timed rocket. You have to have...
It looks like we're about to get started.
Yeah, does look that way. No surprise there. It's a pretty straightforward map, at least I would hope.
Okay, and it's looking like the people are favoring USMC by 1 vote.
That's fair. That is understandable. It is a close thing either way. HAXX versus USMC. First control point starting now.
Match starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Nobody going for this button very soon. About 15 seconds to actually get a first point started. So USMC handily wins this opening
Oh
fight.
my goodness.
HAXX hasn't even gotten a kill yet.
3 kill streak for top dog.
Capture the control point.
Button starts converting towards HAXX, but this is not the way that you want to start your hypothetically ping advantage server. You should be winning this one in an even match because you know your opponents are going to do better when you switch over.
Currently see Darkstalker going 5-0
Blue team has captured the control point.
using the backdash.
Captured the control point.
We see both teams have double SMGs up right now.
He just walks away and he gets the health. Darkstalker's still alive. HAXX has to figure out a way to deal with this.
Has captured the control point.
Thomas Shelby dealing with it. Good trade there.
Has captured the control point.
Very strong opening from USMC.
Has captured the control point.
I think the mental stimulus of last minute getting a point and then losing in the overtime of a quarry has forced USMC to lock in to try and take this first half of the double control point. That's why they are playing so strong and really staying laser focused on this button objective here. HAXX slowly creeping up though in score.
Okay, I'm waiting for my Discord to catch up.
Red team has captured the control point.
There we go. Darkstalker moving
Oh,
in
he's getting
now.
a shield on button. Great shield play like Vanguard.
And good conversion also by Darkstalker. I liked the follow-up by LOL, but that was Darkstalker wasting some time from the HAXX players. But HAXX starting to catch up in score. They've figured out their flow. USMC needs to figure out a way to disrupt this if they want to keep the lead. Lead changes to red to HAXX, who has seemed to figure things out after the initial aggression of USMC.
He was playing a lot more aggressive. And USMC is just dogpiling this button.
Death after death after death, over and over. Good flank by Dravini, 2 players down. Can HAXX follow up? USMC has the lead once again.
I feel like both teams are just running into each other.
Not unexpected. Not unexpected.
The USMC win this fight again. Now they have another significant hole in the button.
Whichever,
holding about 10.
it's as long as you stay focused on that objective on that button. Typically, even though a team may die more, they might still win out as long as they stay focused on that button. Keep it in control of their color for longer than their opponents. That's why I was kind of interested in the way that Darkstalker was playing around the button, trying to hold it from up close, forcing HAXX to deal with Darkstalker first, instead of starting to rack up the seconds during a fight. Good flank by Rocky James. Almost gets flanked, but takes out Wrecked Shark there.
HAXX regaining the lead.
Good for them.
Though they really do need to start taking out a pretty huge lead, especially since they're on server advantage.
Yeah. Playing even like this is not what you would like to see while you're on your ping advantage server, unless HAXX really thinks they can play even on New York, which I would be surprised by.
For sure. Though we see HAXX finally taking a semi-significant lead.
Shield on button. Shield sniper on button. What? Does hit it.
Oh, Darkstalker with a 3K. Just sitting back and piling SMGs on the
Some very smart positioning there.
Currently 23 and 8. Just racking up kills. He knows when he needs to go and finds a pick. He's going to find the second one. He does.
And then he backs straight out too. He knows his role. He jumps in just when it's necessary, but knows that his weapon pickups are very important here. Racking up a lot of kills, clearing the way for his team to try and follow up on the objective. Good headshot with the sniper by Thomas Shelby. My goodness.
Embodying Mr. V.
Absolutely.
Good button hold. It's well by Thomas Shelby. They're getting a pretty significant lead up to
About to get
20
pushed.
points.
Keeps holding it. Top Dog does not get any button control there. Finally, double kill for LOL. 3 kills for LOL. Button was for USMC, but Drevny converting it back.
Ooh, we got 3 on this button here.
This
How did
is
he survive so far?
this is one thing I'm seeing a lot that would really help any team at any level if they coordinated this better. That multiple players keep jumping into the button and then dying, even though they get the button back in their favor. You have to have some sort of order of operations. Who's going to jump in when, to make sure that that double jump does not happen. You are sitting ducks at that button. You only want one sitting duck at a time and other people ready to punish in the way that Darkstalker has been doing excellently throughout this match. You have to have that split.
Really duel the double SMGs right now. Both teams are pulling them out.
HAXX pulling ahead a little bit, but by no means out of reach of USMC thus far for this first half. We have passed the halfway mark though for both teams, past 150 seconds.
Currently very close, even though we're about to reach the last 100 points. Oh, good button hold.
LOL
we see
following up with the
Wolfing
kills.
that.
Not
USMC
desperately,
is-
well, not desperately going into the button because he knows he has teammates there. Good flank by Dreamcatcher though. And button hold by
Ooh,
Wrecked
good
Shark.
button hold by Wrecked Shark.
Learning-
Hiding in plain sight.
Learning
I
from
didn't see
Thomas
he was there
Shelby.
until he couldn't hit the button.
Oh, rocket attempt out of Vanguard. I don't know about that. I like
USMC
rockets.
ridiculous.
I like
Nah,
rockets, but
he
even
was
on this
hiding.
map, it just takes too long. It takes too long to get the rockets for it to be worthwhile.
We get to
Even
the
in
very
my
edge of
hands.
the map just
Yeah.
for one rocket.
This is a game of getting in and eating up your opponent's time and dying over and over. This is not a game of setting up with pickups unless they're SMGs, because you can get SMG double pickups so easily. That is the one exception.
We see HAXX still holding this 10-point lead. Seems to be whoever has their double SMGs up is more likely to get more points.
Yeah.
Rocky James, oof, finally gets taken out.
They tried to
Shelby.
play their life.
Right. And it might be at a lower level since you can't really hit your pistols accurately. You need those SMGs to really clear the button.
Yeah. Well, that said,
Well, 10-point game.
people like Darkstalker still, for the Walker tier, very high rate of fire and good accuracy.
For sure. I think he's a different. I know Dravini's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Ooh, great pick. HAXX is really beginning to pull away, at least a little bit.
Good series of kills there, though. USMC is going to close the gap once again. And Darkstalker going to try and flank this dash. I don't know how often HAXX has been taking this dash, but Darkstalker's been great about rotating positions and has not really been punished for it throughout this entire game, it feels.
Yeah, I mean, Darkstalker just has an insane amount of kills, currently going 41-21, almost a 2 KD. Managed to win his SMG duel, get the third pick, currently on a 5K, 6K.
7? Nope, misses out on that kill. Stuck at the button because of low dashes. That's 7. 8?
8. Still alive, too. Really knowing how to play his life.
Dreamcatcher down also, because Dreamcatcher decided the fight was over early. 10 kill streak for Darkstalker.
And he's going to take up his fellow SMGs, making it to 11.
12. Let's just see how high we can count. USMC still, somehow, slightly behind HAXX despite this insane kill streak. Really goes to show how important focusing that objective is.
Ooh, they all die again. USMC is slowly catching up, only 7 points behind. Got a 13th pick. 14, he finally goes down.
Now HAXX going to pull ahead a little bit more. Needs to follow up on that button quickly and have that communication about who's going to jump in. They ran out of dashes there because they both went in there, and only one got the extra dash from hitting that button. Good flank by Rocky James, though. Looking for Darkstalker for where those blue SMGs are. Going to camp this dash because USMC has been using it constantly. Didn't grab it somehow. And rockets out of Vanguard. Going to try and catch USMC by surprise.
Only 4 points left for HAXX. I'm loving this button. We're trying to get as much points as possible before HAXX finishes the win.
And HAXX
Getting
struggling.
too far away from the button.
Is USMC going to turn this around? No way. 1 second
No.
left. HAXX does win. 284 for USMC, 300 for HAXX.
So USMC needs to get to 285 on this next map to win.
Quick look at the scoreboards. LOL top killing for the whole lobby with 49 kills, 35 deaths. But top score goes to Dravni with 39 kills, 34 deaths, 1400 score.
Well, did one of them get 14,000 points on button?
Yeah, looks
Wow.
like it. So, we will see you all in the second half. We'll transfer there right now. Just a moment. And we are back for part 2 of this double control point. Of course, we are on Washington. They're basically the equivalent to New York ping-wise. We're just waiting for everybody to hop on in before we get started right away with this second half. That was an excellent performance out of USMC on their ping disadvantage server. Now, HAXX, if they want to win, has to prevent USMC from making it to 284. They don't have to make it to 300. 285, right. Otherwise, they tie it out, and it goes to some other tiebreaker of score and kills and such. But
I think at that point, just make it rock, paper, scissors.
True. Or no, excuse me. Pressure is on USMC to prevent HAXX from getting to 285. How could I forget?
Yes.
I'm a silly lad.
Math is hard.
Math is difficult. Figuring out sides is difficult. We are on USMC's advantage. They have to win this. Get to 300 before HAXX. And prevent HAXX from getting to 285, or else HAXX will win the control point and win the match. Each team currently, though, in the grand scheme of things, has one rank point from this match. So it's the fight for the second rank point here.
For sure. And there are no bonus points on control point.
Still waiting for that last HAXX player and the other two USMC players. Wonder what's going on here. Okay, we've got Wrecked Shark back in.
Okay. And they got Bot Peter. I mean, what more could you want?
Pieter and Sam. I believe in them. Bot versus bot. That would be quite the match here. But Darkstalker
I
is
wish you
in.
could just have 5 bots play each other.
HAXX
I mean,
needs that fifth player.
I think they have their 5th player.
No, yeah, it's
not.
Bot Sam.
Yeah, Bot Sam. What more in life do you need?
I'm curious, does this... No, it just goes to the same thing. Never mind. I was going to test if the drone went into the nearest player, but no, not the case.
Right. And we currently are at the hour and 40 minutes mark. We might see the 2-hour game.
Oh, that would be something. Especially if HAXX is still not able to get their 5th player in. What is going on here? Maybe they have a recharge moment or something. That's just not something that you can afford to do. You only have a very short amount of time in between maps, or else you just have to start it.
Right. But, yeah, so we just get to kind of hang out and wait for them to figure... Oh, did they get the 5th?
Okay, they have their 5th. Let's start this match.
But it's looking like they want to talk strats. They don't know they have to start immediately. USMC looking very confused.
Okay, maybe they're just making sure both teams are ready. That is respectable. Having a little bit of a conversation here. Hands on the hips.
Very sassy robot.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like they might have a disagreement about servers. I don't know.
No lo sé. Hard to say. Oh, we got some finger pointing.
Oh,
And a
how dare
fist
you.
bump. Okay, that's
Okay.
always good.
Right.
I wonder... I assume the score is still here. No, the score's gone.
No,
Never
we
mind.
switched servers.
Oh, duh. But 0-0, not 999. That's interesting.
Okay, are we ready to start, or do we need to talk a little bit more?
Maybe we need to talk a little bit more. Maybe they're waiting for us. Something still waiting to be figured out for HAXX. Vanguard maybe away for some reason. Hard to say what's going on here. Oh, he's back at the headset.
Are we ready to go?
I think we're ready to go.
Have we achieved sentience?
Big brain. We got double thumbs up from Dreamcatcher, thumbs up from LOL. We will be starting part 2 of the double control point. Remember, USMC needs to not only win, but prevent HAXX from reaching the 285 mark. If HAXX reaches 285,
Match starts.
their total score will be greater than the total score of USMC,
Blue team
and they
has
will win.
captured the control
Oh.
Because really, since we're doing double CP, it's a first to 600 instead of 300.
That's
Blue
right.
team has captured the control point. Blue team has
So
taken
far,
the lead.
HAXX slightly in the lead. It is too early to tell who actually has the momentum advantage, though. That remains to be seen. HAXX so far, though, looking a little stronger, which is surprising.
They seem to be playing a lot more aggressive, which is really helping them out.
Yeah, they're adapting to that US playstyle. Make use of your worst ping by popping around corners before your opponent is ready. But USMC gets control back and starts to tie things up.
Ooh, great pick by Darkstalkers. It's weird that both sides are not opting for weapon pickups now. Going almost all pistols, where they used to be picking up SMGs and shotguns and rockets. Oh, we see Alpha Female with the first weapon pickup of the game.
Oh, does go down there. Rocky James, double SMG playing very close to the button, knows it just needs to get hit by somebody. Rex Shark misses the button, out of dashes. Okay.
Lost about 3 points there from not hitting the button.
Okay. But that's the thing, 3 points here, 3 points there, 2 points later, it all adds up.
To 600, and we see the SMGs in the back here.
So USMC still maintaining their lead, but HAXX trying to keep it close, and really that is all they need to do, is keep it close. They do not need to make it to 300 here. Alpha Female trying to keep the high ground with rockets. So far making it work, takes out Drevny. If HAXX is not good about being in and out on the button, like Dreamcatcher was just now, then these rockets could actually do something. Takes out Vanguard. Too many players jumping into the button, so you don't get that dash to dodge away from the rockets that you know are going to be there. And nobody on HAXX is trying to take out these 1 health rockets either. So Alpha Female actually making it work somewhat, trying to prevent HAXX from moving in.
Finally goes down.
I think this is the first time HAXX has got solid control of the button like they do now.
Right. USMC is currently about 10 ahead. Oh, and he gets the dash.
Man, this shield holding by Thomas Shelby is seemingly working very well, but it's so low. I would expect it to be higher up, protecting more of his body, but no. Does not need to be. He's prioritizing that left-hand shot.
I wonder if he's left-handed, or he just finds it a little bit easier to aim his left hand. Ooh, finally goes down the Darkstalker.
Or maybe it's about what hand does the dashing, and he wants his shield hand to dash or something. Or maybe he dashes with his left hand. But HAXX takes the lead. That is not what USMC wants. Still plenty of time to get things back into their favor for USMC, but they will have to change something up here if HAXX continues to play the way they have.
Being very aggressive, basically inside of the HAXX spawn, and just to find the pick. Ooh, finds 2, currently on a 5k.
But Drevny ends that right away.
Good button hold by
Whoa, they're battling it out for control of that button. I think Drevny at this point has their strategy locked in, knows how to balance between jumping in and out versus just sitting there and wasting time for an opponent that won't shoot back at you because they're too focused on hitting the objective. Good SMGs by Thomas Shelby as well. His friend goes down, so he pops up to keep sightline on the button, but Darkstalker ready to punish. HAXX with a serious lead of more than 20. That is not what USMC wants here. They have seriously lost some steam, it would seem, whereas HAXX is fired up by the potential to win this control point and win this match against USMC.
Lead's almost up to 40 points now.
It's no surprise to me, though, that either or both of these teams would be exhausted after how long this match has gone on for. But this is the time when you need to really get fired up to try and give that last hurrah in order to try and win this match. So far, HAXX doing that excellently, not losing momentum or steam, staying focused. Their veterancy really shining out here.
Okay, we see these SMGs are being really dominant on both teams.
But also see
HAXX. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
well, it's just some very different play style for the SMGs between Darkstalker and Thomas Shelby, who I think are the main 2 SMG players, the main 2 potential killers for each team. Darkstalker seems to be very mobile, but doesn't hang around the button itself that much. Tries to go for flanks even more often, whereas Thomas Shelby stays pretty close to the button, within 1 or 2 dashes at almost all times, it seems.
See some shield work coming out from HAXX. Just trying to get as much about. They don't even need to win the game. They just need to get to 285. Oof, incredible trade.
And some rockets out of, I don't know which team that is. I'm going to assume that's Alpha Female somewhere in the back lines, rocketing on that objective. Good kill by Thomas Shelby there. Takes out Darkstalker as well. That is huge. Advantage firmly in HAXX's favor at this moment in time. HAXX also pretty handedly out-killing USMC. I think that's making a significant difference.
Right. USMC just needs to approach the button a little bit more intelligently. They seem to be just going on button and dying.
Yeah. Whereas HAXX is doing at least 2 people at a time pretty often. Sometimes going in to try and waste some resources, waste some dashes, and then the rest of the team piles in after, like you just saw. Thomas Shelby died, but pulled attention away as his 2 teammates jumped in and cleared the button out, and now HAXX has control of the button once again. Very well done. I don't know whether or not that was on purpose, but that's what you should be doing.
Right. And we're almost at a, what, is that 40-point lead for HAXX?
Yeah.
Not
very
looking
solid.
good for USMC.
HAXX only needs 69 nice points to win. Less than that now. USMC seems to be figuring something out. I just hope it's not too little too late. This is a micro push equivalent territory, where just a couple seconds here and there of button control will still net you the win.
See, HAXX is still fighting over this button like they like to depend on it, getting a lot of good pointage out of it.
Darkstalker, well aware of the circumstances, is going to chill around the button. I think this is a good call. You will be missing out on some of those kills, but as long as you keep control of that button, that's all that really matters at the end of the day, no matter how you do it.
Currently like 20 points behind. USMC is really getting the points up right now. Almost able to make it up. Might be pulling a little bit too far away from button here.
Okay. Only 10 seconds behind so far for USMC. They still have some work to do. But they seem to have figured something out. And HAXX, meanwhile, seriously on the back foot. This might be where things turn around for the worst for USMC, though, with that play by Rocky James, now able to follow up and flank on the button while the rest of his teammates respawn. Momentum back in favor of HAXX as Darkstalker closes in.
Has captured the control point. Red team has captured the control
This game is so close. See the
USMC
SMG coming up off of female.
about to tie things up.
point.
They need more than a tie.
That's true.
Blue team has captured
No, HAXX maintaining their lead, which is more than enough to potentially win this match. It's getting close here.
They'll have a 10-point lead. They're doing a really good job hitting the button mid-fight, which is why I'm really caught ahead.
red team has captured the control point.
HAXX only needs 26 more points.
Oh man, Rocky James, this is so annoying of a position, but exactly what he should be doing, trying to pull attention away from the button just when USMC desperately needs it.
Only 9 points left.
Team has captured the control point. Red team has captured
HAXX only 6 points away.
Oh, rockets?
Rockets? I don't know if Darkstalker should have pushed those rockets. You can kind of just let the rockets chill.
No. HAXX
2
only
points
3
away.
We need to
3
hold the
points.
button.
2
Oh,
points.
and that-
Battling out for this button. 1 point
Oh, they're
for
tied
HAXX
right now.
wins.
You need to get close to this button. You do not have time to keep fighting over it.
HAXX needs 1 second. HAXX
And that
wins.
is it.
That is it. Looks like they'll play out the rest of this map. But HAXX are your victors for this Cycle 1 Season 8 Dash League match. They will get 2 rank points and USMC will get 1. Can HAXX win the map overall? Yes. It looks like maybe? Yes. HAXX wins the second control point as well. Wins overall. Let's take a look at that scoreboard.
the control point.
Hey.
If you want to go ahead and read that off.
Oh, sure. I will read them off. So, top scoring for the whole entire game, we got Darkstalker, who went 67, 25, 10,000 points. He definitely got over 100 between both maps. We got Top Dog 2534, Breck Shark 2135, Wolf 4537, and Female 1630. And you can see what gave HAXX the win there is they were just a little bit more button focused. Okay. Want to sign us off, Rob?
Sure thing. So thank you all for joining this stream and this cast, this exciting game. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel, support the league. That said, we will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.